Hello everyone. In this lecture, I will introduce the classification and construction of windows. Firstly, let's understand the function of windows. The main functions of windows are as follows. First, ventilation. Second, lighting. Third, observation and transmission. Fourthly, enclosure. Fifth, and decoration. Next, let's introduce the classification of windows. The classification of windows can be done in two ways. The first is based on their material. The second method is to divide it according to its opening method. According to the material, it can be divided into aluminum alloy windows, plastic steel windows, colored sheet metal windows, and wooden windows with steel windows. According to the opening method, it can be divided into fixed windows, swing windows, reverse windows, sliding windows, and north leaf windows. Below, we will introduce each of these forms of windows separately. The first type is a fixed window, which is a type of window with glass directly embedded in the window frame and 5 colored movable sashes. It is generally used to refer to windows that require lighting and observation functions, such as lighting windows in corridors. There are single fan and double fan internal opening types, which are characterized by simple construction, flexible opening, and convenient installation and maintenance. The second type of window is a casement window. A casement window with one side of the window sash connected to the window frame by a hinge, and the sash can be horizontally opened outward or inward. Side-hung windows have a simple structure, flexible opening and closing, and are easy to manufacture and maintain. They are also commonly used in general buildings. The third type is hanging window, which can be categorized into top-hung, middle-hung, and bottom-hung varieties. Top-hung windows generally open outwards, providing excellent rain protection. It is frequently used as a transom above a larger window or an exterior door. Bottom-hung window. It opens inward, providing better ventilation but offering no rain protection. It is commonly used as a transom above an interior door, which is a part of a middle-hung window design. When the middle-hung window is opened, the upper part of the window sash tilts inward, while the lower part tilts outward, which is advantageous for both rain shelter and ventilation. The fourth type is the pivot window. Pivot windows are advantageous for ventilation and lighting, but their rain protection and ceiling performance are relatively poor. They are mostly used in rooms with special requirements, such as industrial workshops and so on. The fifth type is the sliding window, which can be further divided into vertical sliding windows and horizontal sliding windows. When opened, they do not occupy indoor or outdoor space, and the window sash can be relatively flat, allowing for a larger opening area. This facilitates excellent illumination and lighting, making them suitable for aluminum alloy and plastic steel windows, among others. Additionally, this type of window boasts a relatively aesthetic appearance. The last type is the louvre window. Louvre windows possess various functions such as shading, rain protection, and ventilation, but their lighting effect is relatively poor. They are suitable for shading in hot regions. This type of window can block sunlight, so they are often adopted in areas where summers are particularly hot. Now, let's talk about the dimensions of windows. When considering window sizes, there are generally several requirements. The main requirement is that they must be sturdy and durable, which is why we need to restrict their sizes. These dimensions apply to side-hung wooden windows. The height of the sash for a side-hung wooden window ranges from 800 to 1,200 millimeters, and the width does not exceed 500 millimeters. Hanging window. The height of the top-hung and bottom-hung windows sash ranges from 300 to 600 millimeters. For mid-hung windows, the height of the window sash is not more than 1,200 millimeters, and the width is not more than 1,000 millimeters. Regarding its width, it should not exceed 1,500 millimeters. The construction of a window generally consists of three main parts: the window frame, the window sash, and hardware components. The window frame is further divided into the top frame, bottom frame, middle frame, left frame, and side frame. As for the window sash, they are generally assembled together using hardware components and hinges. The following diagram illustrates our construction and composition. Now, let's discuss the position of the window within the wall. The position of the window in the wall can be classified into three types. The first type is the internal flush window frame, where the window frame is placed on the inside of the building. The second type is the centered window frame, where the window is positioned in the middle of the wall. The last type is where the window frame is positioned outside. All three methods are viable options. Among them, the second method is typically used for walls with greater thickness. Now, let's conclude by introducing the installation of windows. There are two main methods for installing windows: the in situ method and the insert method. In the in situ method, the window frame is positioned in its designated spot during the wall construction process. The wall construction then continues around the frame. This method is relatively straightforward in terms of execution. The second method is the insert method. In this approach, a hole is reserved during wall construction to accommodate the window frame, which is then inserted and fixed into the hole. This method is also widely used. The above is an introduction to the dimensions, structural classifications, and final installation processes of windows. Thank you.